What's going on, guys? So today's video is basically that I'm an old man and I don't know crap about technology. So what we're looking at here, I just thought this was funny and I wanted to share with you guys. We're looking at here is my hand-me-down AirPods, okay? Now, these AirPods, if you don't know, are just wireless headphones, okay? All right, you open the case, you take it out, you know, you pop in your ear, you got these little nubs sticking out. This is not a new thing at all. It's new to me because I haven't had them until now. So my wife is very much into technology, okay? Loves technology. You know, everything that's new, she looks at. I mean, she doesn't necessarily just buy all new technology, but she very much like researches it and you know, tries to know what's going on and stuff, which is awesome. And I'm like half and half. Certain things, you know, I know about, certain things I don't. This is one of those specific things that I just didn't know about. Now, I know it sounds weird, but I don't listen to music as much as I did when I was younger. Younger generations, it's like your entire life has a soundtrack. Everywhere you go, your headphones are in, you're at, you know, Walmart shopping, you're listening to music. You're driving your car, you're listening to music. You know, you're at school, you're listening to music. It just doesn't stop. It's just music, music, music. Now, I love music. Don't get me wrong, all right? But as an older gentleman, and I'm not saying older gentlemen do this, I'm sure there's plenty of guys that are constantly listening to music too. But for me, you know, after high school and stuff, it's like when I listen to music, it's generally when I'm in my car. You know, I get in the car, I turn, you know, the radio on. Sometimes I don't have any music on. I'm just thinking of crap because I have stuff to think about. The older you get, the more crap you think about constantly, right? So, you know, generally speaking, if I'm listening to music, I'm in the car and, you know, I still have a CD collection. I know that sounds insane to some people. But like, as far as music, I'll happen to hear new music all the time. And there's some new music I like and stuff. But when I purposely listen to music, it's usually the same stuff. I listen to it over and over again because I think it's great. You know, mostly it's classic rock. But there's other things too. There's some rap, like I happen to like Tech Nine, you know, and some random old school rap too, you know. You know, and there's obviously popular songs that I will get exposed to, or Christina's listening to, or it's on TV, or whatever the case is, and then I'll look up the song. But most of the time when I'm listening to music, it's either, you know, in the car, or I was thinking about something specific and I wanted to listen to it. And what happens is I'll go through spurts of music. So like I won't hear any music at all, okay, purposely. And then I'll think of a song and then I'll listen to music for like 4 hours straight. I'll just start looking up songs that I remember and listening to them and enjoying it and all that kind of stuff. So that's how I've listened to music the last couple of years. So I say all that because I don't really have a huge need for headphones, and I don't like headphones. If I want to listen to music, I want it to be openly playing. I crank the hell out of it in my car, or I crank it up at home. I have a decent speaker system, and I just listen to music like that. I don't like having headphones on or anything in my ears or anything like that, if I can help it. So this, you know, past Christmas, Christina wanted to get herself the newer AirPods. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, that's your thing. You go for it. And she got them, and then obviously she doesn't need her old ones. So she gave me her old ones. And the AirPods, it's funny because as a married guy, I find them extremely annoying because they're small. When Christina has them on and she's listening to something, she'll be walking around, or she's doing dishes, or comes in, or, you know, she's kind of hanging out in the living room, and I'm watching, TV's on like kind of the background. Maybe we're watching something, maybe we aren't, maybe we're on our phones, whatever. But sometimes I'll just like start talking to her about something, and she'll look up at me, and like, you know, a minute or 2 minutes into my conversation, she'll do the double tap in her ear, because if you don't know, when there's things in your ear, you know, double tap to pause it, and she'll go, what? And I had no idea that she wasn't listening because she had her AirPods in, you know what I'm saying? So that happens all the time. I'm like talking to her, and then she's like, what? You talking to me? I'm like, Jesus. So that's, you know, annoying as a husband. But, you know, whatever. She doesn't need permission to start listening to music or whatever, you know, she'll watch shows and stuff on her phone all the time. So, like, it's funny because it's an ongoing joke. Because, you know, when I go to look at her, I'll go like this and tap my ear, like, you know, can you hear me? So it's just kind of like an ongoing joke between the two of us. But long story short, she got her new ones. I got the old ones. I started using these. These things are freaking awesome. That's my point, is I love them. And it's funny because she's yelling at me because when I was done using it, I took them out and I put them in the case and I plugged the case in and charged the case. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm charging the case because one of the things that. She's like, no, the case is charged. You got to, you know, you put these in the case, like you charge these from the case, and then you could charge the case, but the case itself charges these. So it makes me feel like a friggin' old guy. And, you know, I just turned 36, December 29th. I'm not old yet, but it feels weird. It feels kind of weird. And I know some kids are watching this video, and teenagers and stuff in early 20s or even older people, and they're going, come on, Jeff, you know, AirPods? Like, I know what they are, but I just haven't used them before, you know? But they're awesome. I mean, the sound quality is fantastic. They are very light. They stay in your ears pretty well. I don't generally like things in my ears. Like, if I had to wear headphones before, I'd like big old cushy, you know, headphones. But I gotta tell you, I ain't going back. This is fantastic for like, you know, working out and stuff. And obviously as the weather starts getting warmer down the road, I do want to get out and get more physical and stuff and start exercising more. And even when we go to the gym, I was the old dude at the gym before with, you know, the big headphones and the cord that goes all the way to my cell phone. I'm sure I look ridiculous, but I didn't care because I'm at that point in my life where I don't give a crap what people think of me. For the most part, you know, I do try to be a little presentable when I go out in public. I'm not at that point where I really don't care, but I like to say I don't care because generally I don't. It's not like I'm, you know, in the dating scene or anything. So once you're married, you kind of, you know, the way you do things change a little bit. But anyway, yeah, these are new to me, and I do enjoy them, and I do find that I'm just listening to music more often. I don't quite have a soundtrack to my life. And like I said, the music I listen to sometimes is kind of random. Just something will trigger a memory of a song, or if I'm watching a movie and I hear a song, I'm like, oh, I love that song. And I you know, look it up and I play it, and then it'll remind me of other songs and stuff. But it's just kind of funny. It's funny because I know plenty of people who don't have, you know, AirPods. They don't have Apple iPhones and stuff. And like, I get exposed to a lot of technology through Christina. You know, if I didn't know Christina, there's a lot of stuff that I would have no idea what's going on. And I have to say, like, people are missing out. There's some really cool technology. Something as simple as AirPods, you know. So yeah, I don't even know why I'm making this video. I'm just sharing my funny experience. It was definitely I'm getting older moment, I suppose. I mean, when, you know, as far as like lingo goes, the things that people say these days, you know, oh, that's fire and all that kind of stuff. I feel a little awkward using those terms because I feel like those are very youthful terms, you know. Flames, bro, flames. So it makes me feel weird. Like I'm not supposed to be saying that. It's like other things you're just not supposed to say when you're older, or white, or whatever the case may be. So I try not to use the lingo. But I guess I am getting a little bit older, you know. You know what reminds me of how old I am? When someone says a message, they're like, dude, I've been watching you since I'm 12. And now I have a car and a mortgage and a wife, and love your videos. And I'm like, wow, yeah, I've been doing this for a while, and it makes me feel kind of old. But that's okay. It's just life. You get old. You can't help it. Nothing you can do, right? No youth serum yet. But hey, what are you gonna do? You get old. There's no way around it, right? So I wanted to share this moment. If you are older and you're not into technology and you do like music and you happen to, you know, wear the big old floppy headphones or whatever with a long plug to your, you know, stereo system, you might want to look into AirPods. They're pretty damn cool. So, you know, big shout out to the wife for hooking me up with her hand-me-down, which is very cool to me. Like even the iPhones, you know, I got my iPhone here. I get her all her hand-me-down phones. You know, she likes to generally get the newer phones. Just depends on what features and stuff. Sometimes she doesn't really care. She's not excited about it. When she gets a little phone upgrade or whatever, she'll go with the new one and I'll get her old one. And they're cool. It's kind of like, you know, any technology, like TVs, you know. If you get the big flat screen TV today, well, guess what? You know, 4 or 5 months from now, there's going to be something better and cheaper and bigger and whatever. More pixels and, you know, lighter, whatever the case is. You can't beat technology. I talk about this with flashlights all the time, you know. You get that cool new flashlight. And hey, guess what? They just came out with a new model. They come out with new models every friggin' week with flashlights, so you can't win. You'll never get the best of the best because just a little bit of time passes and there's something better, something cheaper. But, you know, it doesn't make the old technology bad. And that's kind of my point, I guess, is that it's okay, particularly with flashlights. You can have a 100 lumen flashlight. Just because you don't have the 1,000 lumen flashlight, it doesn't mean that your flashlight doesn't work. It works fine. You know, my big old fat floppy headphones work fine. But I prefer these now. I think it's pretty damn cool. And it's getting me to listen to more music. And I love music. It's not like I purposely didn't listen to music. Like I said, it's just other things distract me. If I want to entertain myself, generally I'm a movie buff. I love watching movies, but I don't watch a whole lot of new movies. I watch the same damn movies over and over again because I love them. Jaws, The Edge. I can watch these things hundreds of times. I throw on like Grumpy Old Men, you know. Even some old classics. I love The Odd Couple, the original The Odd Couple. Friggin' hilarious movie. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a man of repetition, and I like routine. You know what I mean? So change and new things, like I have a little bit of a harder time adapting to stuff like that. Technology is very cool, you know, and it is really pretty damn amazing. I mean, we're all walking around with pocket computers, you know, with high quality cameras and video capability. You know, when I was growing up, there was no cell phones. Oh man, this is, wow. Wow, that was a weird moment. Like, you know, like, well, you guys might not be able to relate because some of you are younger watching, but if you're older watching, you remember like being young and someone you knew, like maybe a grandfather or something, or a neighbor or some guy at the grocery store is like, I remember when we rode horses, or, you know, before cars, and you're thinking, damn, you're old, man. Well, I had that weird moment because, yeah, when I grew up, no one had a cell phone. Nobody. When I was in high school, no cell phones. Can you imagine if you're in high school right now? Can you imagine what it'd be like with no cell phones? No texting in class. God, I wish I could text in class. I'd have my friends friggin' cracking up. I'd be sending them memes and all kinds of stuff. By the way, a little side thing. I know people who say meme instead of meme. Stop doing it. If you're watching the video, stop doing that. It's not meme. It's meme. But for some reason, people say that. Anyway. Yeah, in high school, I thought I was a badass because I got a pager. You know, and then of course some people thought I was a drug dealer, so I stopped carrying it. And you know, guess who was paging me? My mom. You know, hey, come home for dinner. And they're like, bro, you got a page? What's that for? I'm like, no, nothing. Don't worry about it. So yeah, I'm getting old, and that's okay. You know, every decade there's new things you experience in life, and it's just, I guess, it's part of life. But I wanted to share this with you because I thought it'd be kind of fun. And some of you go, damn, I didn't know CUTLERYLOVER was 36. He's freaking old. Well, yeah, it is what it is. Or maybe you thought I was older. And you're like, wow, he's younger than I thought. I don't know. I can't assume what you guys assume about me. But there you go. In case you didn't know, I am 36. And I stopped counting, by the way, after 30. I legit said I was going to be 35 all year. People will be like, oh, your birthday's coming up? Yeah, well, how old are you going to be? 35. And I think my Christina corrected me at some point. She's like, no, you're not. You're going to be 36. I'm like, oh, really? Damn, that's rough. 40 is a big one. 30 was big for me. You know, as far as like ages go, you know, you look forward to 18. When you're a kid, you're like, oh, damn, I can't wait to be 18. I can go out and I can smoke and drive and do, you know, whatever I want. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, who cares? I got to be 21 because I want to drink. And, you know, then you're 21 and you're like, okay. And you don't really want to be older at that point. You just want to stay 21 forever. But it doesn't happen. Then you're like 25 and you're like, I'm getting older. Maybe I should move out, you know, get a job. You're like 30 and you're like, damn, I'm 30. Ew. And then, you know, 40, you're like, holy crap, I wish I was 30 again. And it goes on and on from there. But there's different things to look forward to as you get older. It's just, if you're watching the video and you're young, enjoy being young. I think being older, I definitely see younger people differently. There's no innocence anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you'll see like some random 9 or 10-year-old, you know, on their cell phone. You're like, what the hell is that? It's a little kid. Why do you have a cell phone? What do you have a cell phone for? You know? What are you getting, business calls? You're 10 years old. So, like, I see things like that. Like, it's different. It's weird. But that's the technological age. You know, kids have tablets to keep them busy. You know, it's like a babysitter. You hand a 7-year-old a tablet, they can play games and watch movies and all this crap. I didn't have that when I was 7. You know? But I was more innocent when I was 7. So, I don't know. It's just, it is weird getting older. When I was younger, it was just different. I do remember going outside and playing a lot because there wasn't technology. There wasn't those, I mean, there was game systems and stuff like regular PlayStation. But when you played games for like, you know, 2 or 3 hours with your friends and then you're done. You go outside and you play Manhunt in the woods. That's what I did when I was younger. You know, we went outside and we played tag. You know, we had a fort. You know, the coolest thing ever is when we got a BB gun, you know. We used to shoot the BB gun and stuff. And we were just outside doing crap, you know. And there was a lot more trust in society. You know, parents weren't worried about you getting abducted or sold into sex slavery or something like that. It was just trust. You just left. That's it. When it got dark out, you called home. And you said, hey, I'm okay. And your parents are like, all right, cool. We'll be home at, whatever time. Most times it was like 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock was like the time. I don't care what you do. Walk the streets. Do whatever you want. See you at 10. And you came home at 10, and guess what? You were always home at 10, and it was fine. And sometimes you get home at 10:15, you get yelled at. Where the hell were you? It's 10:15. But that was life. Life was a little bit different. So as I get older and stuff, it's just weird. That's all. It's just a little bit weird. People who are much older than me thought the same thing when I was little. When I was 10 years old, people were like, what are you doing with a pager? What's a pager? And now I'm old, and I'm like, well, what are you doing with a cell phone 10 years old? It's funny when I was a teenager, and I thought I knew it all. My dad would always tell me, he's like, you think you know it all just because you're a teenager. You don't know anything. And I thought he was wrong. And guess what? I grew up and I realized exactly what he meant by that. and I laugh with him about it because I'm like, you know what? I get it, Dad. I know exactly what you're talking about, because when you are a teenager, you do think you know it all. And you don't know jack squat. So that's the truth of it, but you know what? It's a rite of passage. You're going to think you know everything, and you just have to live through it. And hopefully you don't make too many mistakes, but you will make mistakes. I'll tell you, if you're younger and you're listening to this video, if you're anywhere from, 11 years old to 18 years old, if you're living at home and, and you're upset because you don't get enough allowance, or your friend got the new Xbox and you didn't, or whatever your problems are as a kid, enjoy it, because those aren't problems. When you get older, you have some problems. You know what I'm saying? When you start paying bills, you got some real stress. It's funny what we get upset about as kids, because it doesn't mean anything. Enjoy your family. Love your mom, love your dad, love your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa, whoever takes care of you. You give them a big old hug, and you tell them you love them, because one day you're going to miss that. One day they're going to be gone. That's the reality of things. You get older, and the people you love around you just die. Wow, this got depressing. I don't didn't mean to make that turn, but I mean it. The people that take care of you and stuff when you're young like that, just appreciate it. That's all, and enjoy your youth. Enjoy having no bills. It's amazing. I wish I can go back and have no bills. So it's not the end of the world, though. As you get older, there's other cool things you can do you can't do when you're a kid, and that's what happens is when you're a child, you want to do those things. You want to drive. You want to go out and buy things, and you don't have any money, and you're like kicking the dirt, going, I wish I had money. Yeah, guess what? Adults wish they had money too. So don't feel all that bad, because we don't have money either. Some of us do. That's why you got to work hard. You really have to work hard in school and do your homework and study and find something you love. So find something that makes you happy and interested in, and run with it. Make a great career and make money. Money doesn't buy you happiness, but it buys you options. When you are older and you have money, you have options. You still have to find your own happiness, but it's awfully nice when you don't have to worry about the electric shutting off, or how you're going to pay for dinner. So if you are watching, please listen to my advice. Trust me, because I lived through it. I learned the hard way. And it's important. It's important to do good in school, and it's important to to listen to your folks, or again, whoever takes care of you. They love you, and they do it for a reason. So you should love them back. And hopefully after this video, you go give them a big hug. Give them a kiss. Tell them you love them. It will mean the world to them. You have no idea. If you don't normally just randomly hug your mom or dad, go do it right now. They might even start crying, because it's such a passionate, wonderful thing to get that random hug. I'm not talking like, oh, thanks for the big birthday gift, or hey, thanks for the $100, or whatever it is you normally hug them for. Just go give them a random hug and tell them you love them. They're gonna go, what was that? But they're gonna love it. They really will. So anyway, I don't even know the direction this video is going now. Getting emotional for no reason. Maybe that's a 30-something thing that happens. Who knows? But I just want to make this video to say that yeah, technology is pretty cool. And this is like this is not new technology. This thing's been out for years and years, but it's new to me. I think it's pretty damn cool. So I'm going to pop these in. I'm going to look up some music. I'll tell you what, why don't you post in the comment section. Let me know how old you are, because I'm curious to see who's watching the videos. And also let me know your favorite song. Maybe your favorite song, it doesn't have to be like all-time favorite song, but tell me a cool song that you love right now. And I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look to the comment section. I'm going to look up these different songs and see if I find something new I like. And guess what? I bet you I will. Because there's a lot of cool music I've never been exposed to. Again, I'm reliving the Led Zeppelin years and the Pink Floyd, you know, and all these different classic rock bands. I mean, Journey, and God, the list goes on and on. But I listen to the same stuff because it's friggin' awesome. You know it. Oh yeah. But you know, I occasionally like to veer off what's great and listen to some new stuff that's pretty decent. You know, so you never know. Let me know down in the comments section what you're listening to. I'd love to broaden my horizon. So that's all for now. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic day. And like I said, if you're younger, go give mom and pop a hug. You know what? I don't care if you're 50 and your mom and dad's at home right now. Go give them a hug too. Because I bet you the older you get, the less you hug your parents. That's just what happens. I hug my parents all the time every time I visit them. When I leave, I give them a big hug and I say, see you later. Because I don't know the next time I'm going to see them. And I don't know if that's the last time I'm going to see them. So it means something. It really does. Anyway. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. Hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.